So, God, I mean,
I just heard about this on the Nooner.
We talked about it on the Nooner, but
yeah, I haven't read the article yet, but yeah, this is this is big
Olivia
news.
Munn, U.S. actress, shares breast cancer diagnosis. So this article basically, she revealed all this information. That it's she said that cancer was aggressive and fast moving, but was caught with enough time that I had options. So my best goes to her. People have been asking me about it. You know, it's I'm sure she's public now about it because she's past the point where it's an issue. So all my love and respect to her. And I'm sure that she's always been very philanthropic in terms of, causes, not so much on the woke end, but just sort of things that we can all get behind. I think we can all get behind anything that helps in the area of breast cancer. So I'm going to guess that she's going to use it as a way to bring awareness. So she did a Stop Asian Hate campaign. So she was very involved in that, and much love and respect to her and her family. Mostly her Instagram. I wouldn't say that she's like, I'd say her focus right now is on her family. Her partner is John Mulaney.
Yeah,
she's got a baby. And if you look at her Instagram, shows stuff with her baby and going out. And my God, I think she is one of those things where you work with someone who's very beautiful. I mean, she was in like Maxim and Playboy and all the magazines at the time when I worked with her at G4. And she's even better looking and in real life. She's absolutely stunning. And maybe it's just because I think that she's even better looking now. So there you go.
And somehow she got John Mulaney. So
you know what? If they're happy, that's happily ever after. That's all I'll say. Yeah. So my best to her, and for being public about this too. And I hope she'll use that to just bring awareness. It was detected early, so she had options, and that is, just something to remember. And cancer, F cancer, truly.
I mean, I've never shared this publicly, but my wife has been battling breast cancer for I think 10 years now. Yeah. And I've mentioned it just because the medication and the treatments today are so much better than they were 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's extended her life, and so nothing but the best for Olivia Munn. I'm glad they caught it early, and it's not the death sentence that it used to be years ago.
Yeah. So sorry to kick off the show with somber news here, but Alan has a secret.
Well, actually, you gave me something that you wanted me to open on.
Let's see.
On stream. Yeah. Hold on.
Okay. All right. Lighten the mood here.
Yeah, you gave me this tote bag from Storytellers. The Storytellers box.
No, the Mammoth Film Festival. It's from the Mammoth Film Festival.
So yeah, let me crack this baby open. Let me see.
Wait, did you not pre-open it?
No, you said do it here. So I'm not sure what's in it.
I hope you've got a knife or scissors.
No. Oh no, it's they didn't tape it for some reason.
Oh, but, good.
Let's take a look. I got a letter from YouTube. I think it's the same one you read.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
That was last year, actually.
Yeah. Oh, what's this? It's matzah bread. Someone hid matzah bread in this box. Elijah. Okay. So, anyways, if you look up here, there we go. There's the plaque.
Okay, there you go. You opened it. You pre-opened it. Oh my God. Hey.
So there it is. It'll come down the shelf next. On Friday.
That's great. Well, congratulations. I couldn't have done it without you, and without also Ms. P. Coffee, Glenn.
Absolutely.
Our producer, and and the audience could not have done it without you. We appreciate it.
And the Walt Disney Company.
And I want to thank Bob Iger for us getting north of 100,000. That certainly helped.
Yeah.
So,
But seriously, thank you to everyone watching, to everyone who subscribed. Definitely, I mean, literally, we couldn't have done it without you, and I am eternally grateful. And I don't think we thank you guys enough.
yeah.
So thank you so much for being with us on this very long journey. 2 years, over 2 years.
Yep, over 2 years we've been over. Well, look,
Actually, we did it in less than 2 years, but
well, you and I started like, let's just live stream twice a week.
Mhm.
What is this? Try to make videos, because none of our videos really got traction.
Yeah.
I was doing interviews and you were doing reviews with someone else, and like it'd be like we could never, like, some things would get 1,000 views and some things would get like 40 views. So it was a little all over the map. And once we just started live streaming, I think that that's when things kind of took off.
Well, it started when you were doing Film Courage.
Right, Film Courage got us a bump. Film Courage got us a bump,
and they were getting like 100,000 views on your videos. And I'm like,
and then we just got
doing that for us.
Started getting attention. Exactly.
By the way, when DEI comes after farts, you know it's over.
What are you talking about?
Why with the laser pointer? Oh, okay.
What was happening with that? Hey, Alan, I'm going to talk about Three Body Problem later in the show, which is the new show from Benioff and Weiss, the creators or the showrunners for Game of Thrones. I have a lot to say about it, and I'm going to give an early reaction, but we've got some South by Southwest Film Festival reviews. Before we get to specific movies, Alan, can you give us your just general, and I haven't even watched all the stuff on the for the members only. You posted a lot on members only of your adventures, eating barbecue, out of the theater reaction for members only, lots of video in Austin, Texas. Give us your overall impressions before we pivot to reviews.
Yeah. It was, I was talking to a bunch of people. First of all, this year got recognized a lot. And, I've been doing this for a Film Threat for like 5 years now. And it's like, no one ever recognizes me. And now it happens a lot. So thank you to everyone I ran into. We talked a lot about film festivals, you and I, Chris, about their usefulness. I will say that I think of the film festivals we attend and try to attend, I think South by Southwest is the best one in terms of a good blend of really cutting edge Hollywood films, but at the same time, a lot of good independent films. I love Texas too. A lot of good food out there. And the other thing is they've got their act together. They know what they're doing. They got the system down.
Yeah.
Everything I wanted to see, I got to see it. They set expectations well. Only one mishap with the bus, but that was about it.
Well, I love Austin, Texas. In spite of the fact that it's kind of some parts of it are not so great. It's 6th Street, it's the bars, it's the Chuggin' Monkey, it's the Jackalope, it's Voodoo Donuts. Hopefully that's still there. Just everything about that 6th Street vibe is great. And the audiences at South by are very, very, they've been well trained in the sense that they love small indie movies. Now, there is a lot of there'll be some Hollywood movies like Monkey Man played there, which is Lionsgate. We're going to get your review in a bit. Then we've got, we've also got The Fall Guy premiered there, which is coming out in May, which is fine. So you get the big Hollywood, but they do not forget these smaller indie movies. They even have like a program where it's like Texas filmmakers, but it's not without its problems. I'll say this. The festival itself has gotten a little, some people might say a little woke. Let me just share a story here. We're going to talk about this. It is a speaker was canceled. A speaker's panel was canceled, which was a panel about cancel culture, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'm going to share a screen here with this. It's an article. It says, I was canceled by trendy South by Southwest Film Festival bosses for criticizing cancel culture. This is my problem. If you go to the official South by Southwest YouTube channel, literally their videos get 40 views. It
Mhm.
sucks. But the panelists they really have gone out of their way. Meghan Markle was there. AOC has been there. They've really begun to suck up to, you know, more mainstream types of speakers, to people, to politicians. I do not like this trend. I think this is a really bad trend. I'm not in favor of it. And certain people are just not welcome when it comes to these panels.
Yeah, I
And I
think.
feel that's the thing I take issue with. So
Well,
we can
it's
sorry,
not
go
that
ahead.
you can't have.
Sure.
It's not that you can have politicians. It's not balanced. It's not
Yes.
balanced in any way. It leans one direction, and which is fine. Have them, but balance it off. And that's definitely not what you're getting here. Because I have some things to say about this, but go ahead and go through the article.
I'm going to go through briefly on the article. We will put the link to the article in the description, but here it goes. This is written by Ricky Schlott. Ricky, I assume a female version of the spelling, Rikki. It appears that I've been canceled for speaking up about cancel culture. Organizers of the South by Southwest Film Festival declined to approve my participation in a panel of speakers. The reason? Concerned that I dare to speak out against cancel culture. An email from South by Southwest staff shared with me by the panel's organizer reveals the festival was hesitant to approve my participation because my commentary has been focused on the idea of cancel culture. Oh, the irony. I've spent the past several months talking to audiences about my book, The Canceling of the American Mind. Culture undermines trust and threatens us all, but there is a solution. Although my book is full of cancel culture horror stories and countless speaker disinvitations, I wasn't quite prepared to weather one myself, let alone be canceled, because I've been critical of cancel culture. And I wasn't even going to talk about cancel culture. I'm sure the subject of the panel wasn't necessarily about cancel culture. There's a lovely photo of Ricky here. We're seeing on screen. The panel of speakers, which was slated for this Saturday, was supposed to be a discussion on the power of independent voters to end polarization. Why exactly my commentary on cancel culture has anything to do with my status as an independent voter is beyond me. Funnily enough, I received an email with the subject line, Ricky was not approved for South by Southwest, just as I was about to speak at Cornell University about cancel culture. In any case, she goes on. Again, we'll put the link in the description. Alan, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, that other than the films, all the panels and topics of the panels were very political and very leaning in like I said, one direction. Right. And it was like maybe I'll catch a panel here or there. And I'm like, no, environment, blah blah blah. It's just what they call the echo chamber. It just you kind of know what they're going to talk about before you go into the panel. So the point is, then why go to the panel? It's preaching to one choir and not the other. I will tell you. Okay, so at South by Southwest, one thing missing was the land acknowledgement. There was no land acknowledgement.
Well, that's a step forward.
Yeah, but what started each session, each film, was basically the daily recap. And part of it was, they have a big Hollywood movie show up, and so they'll give you clips and little little clips of what the stars were saying. And then Meghan Markle comes on screen and about this panel that she was on.
This is the problem I have. I you know what? I have no problem with Meghan Markle being there.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with AOC going to South by Southwest. But if you're going to have AOC, you better have Ted Cruz or someone on the opposite end of the political spectrum. And if all ideas are not, or all sides, and a true inclusion is not a part of South by, then it is politically compromised and it is one direction. And that is bad, not just for South by Southwest, it's also bad for the country. And there are so many bad ideas that have infiltrated. You can talk about wokeness all you want. These are just bad ideas. If you only acknowledge one side, that is a problem. And I want to say thank you to the 1,400 plus people that are watching live. We've been rated by Nerdrotic. So thank you for that. We're going to get to, we got a lot of movies to talk about, and we've got a few more news stories, but
so let me say, so they show the stars and they show Meghan Markle. And they kind of balance it off, social justice, environment, and you just kind of know the direction. And then the last day, Monday, where I saw Monkey Man, I was at the Paramount Theater seeing 3 basically high-profile films. And they started with the daily recap, and they run generally about a minute and a half to 2 minutes.
Right.
The one that morning, a third of it, the back third of those the daily recaps was devoted to Dylan Mulvaney, and everything she had to say, and I, it's like, okay, I kind of expected this far, and I will tell you, when the daily recap ended, it was like a pin dropped in the theater. You have a packed theater. Every screening was packed, and they play this thing, ends on Dylan, pin drop, dead silent.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No one, I hate to say it, but only the liberal elite really cares what Dylan Mulvaney has to say. The average person, probably not. Most likely not.
Yeah. Quick news story here before we go to your South by Southwest reviews, including Monkey Man, which that trailer, that looks pretty hot. That trailer is awesome.
Well, and I have something.
No, don't say anything.
I won't say anything, but I'm saying there's a thing that happened at the screening that you're going to find of particular interest.
Oh, don't say anything.
Yeah, okay, I won't say anything.
Real quick here. Where am I?
By the way, like and subscribe to the Film Thread channel. Thank you for being here, and thanks, Gary, for sending everyone over for the raid. And your attendance is greatly appreciated.
And thanks, Gary, for giving me 5 minutes to eat while I was on your show. No, I love Gary. Nicolas Cage's comments on National Treasure 3 and Disney. This is a story that is interesting because
Can I preface this? Okay. So the first D23 event I ever attended, one of the greatest days of my life. The opening session was the Walt Disney feature films, and they brought out Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow. He was in full regalia. They brought out the freaking Muppets on a bus. Miley Cyrus was there to sing The Climb, which was in her movie. And then they bring out Nicolas Cage, saying, "Here's Nicolas Cage, star of National Treasure," and he was there for Sorcerer's Apprentice. And the guy who was running live action at that time, he's on stage with Nicolas Cage, and he says to him, "Mr. Cage, will you do National Treasure 3?" And Nicolas Cage responded, "Yes, I will." Okay, so there's your preface to this story.
Wait a second. Two pieces of info. They announced National Treasure 3 starring Nicolas Cage.
Yes, at the first D23.
Okay,
Expo.
And number 2, a Sorcerer's Apprentice movie with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
that was a real project was developed.
It came out in theaters.
When did it come out?
It came out that year because that's what he was there to promote. He plays Jensen.
I don't even remember that movie.
Yeah, he plays Jensen. No one remembers that movie. It wasn't that good.
Oh my, can't believe it exists and I'm not even aware of it. Oh my God.
You can find it on Disney Plus.
Oh my God. That sounds terrible. Okay, so they announced it.
Well, yeah, but just saying that the talk of a National Treasure 3 originated from that.
Okay, so let's read the comments real quickly from Nicolas Cage. National Treasure 3's chances get a blunt response from Nicolas Cage. So here we go. Nick Cage addresses the chances of National Treasure 3 after years of the treasure hunting sequel being rumored to happen. Let's cut right to the chase, because basically he says he was doing an interview and he said bluntly, no, there is no National Treasure 3.
Read that box. Read that box. That's his quote.
The box.
The gray box, here's his quote.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, here we go. So, see, you're the one that brings these things up, and they go out and they eclipse everything else. No, there is no National Treasure 3. If you want to find treasure, don't look at Disney, okay? It's not there." That's a terrible Nick Cage. I should never have done that.
But it's a great quote from Nick Cage.
That's the quote. Okay, so if you want to find treasure, don't look at Disney. Okay, it's not there. I feel like a lot of actors feel much more emboldened to speak out against nonsense at Disney, which is very interesting, if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Dakota Johnson and her comments of this idea of writing films by committee, and that I think a lot of these stars are starting to get the idea that you can sign on to a Disney or Star Wars project, but you're not guaranteed its quality, and you're stuck, and you have to do it.